Now I was toying with the idea of not putting that blue masking tape up there, but I'm glad I did, because this grout would have left a nasty mark all the way around this ceiling, and then the ceiling would have had to have been cut in with paint, and that's a possibility too. You can do it that way too if you know what your paint color is and if you have some and all that. Because if you try to go match up some paint and just cut it in, you might see the rest of your ceiling, and then you might think, oh, you know what, Joe's right. Now I've got to paint the whole ceiling because my touch-up paint is showing. You know, think about stuff like that. Now, if you watched how I grouted this, I put masking tape all the way around this up at the ceiling line, and that protected everything. And I had to make a decision what to do because there was flat paint on the ceiling already. And so what I'm going to end up doing up there at the ceiling line is I'm going to put a tight bead of caulking up there. But along the wall, this had semi-gloss paint on the wall panels, and so I cleaned up the grout and filled it nice and tight all the way along that edge, so it looks like it just ties right into there. Then I'll put a caulking line up at the top of the walls, you know, just a thin little bead, okay? And I'm going to use just regular painter's caulk up there, and then I'm going to leave it. Okay? But down at the bottom right here, I'm going to use a different type of caulking when I get all done with this. After the sealer goes up and everything, then I'll put a nice white, water-resistant type caulking around the top edge of the bathtub. You know, I could have put grout down in there, but I was running low on grout, and even if I did fill that line up with grout, I would have put a white caulking at the base of that. Okay, that's just what you do. That will protect that and keep it nice and clean. Okay, but along this bottom edge, I went ahead and filled that up with grout. Usually you're not going to see this wall like this by your tub, but in this case I put grout there. I didn't want to put caulking there because that tile wasn't a pre-finished edge. So, you know, you just have to make up your own mind what you want to do. And then along the window, when I get ready to it, I don't know why I'm telling you this now. We're supposed to be doing cheesecloth, right? But on the window edge, right along this edge, I'm going to put a fairly thin bead of white caulking there too. You know, don't just put your grout line. Put some, you know, if you do run grout there, put caulking there too. It just cleans it up and finishes it off. Keeps the moisture out from outside. It's kind of like a weather stripping too if you put a little bead of caulking there. So that's what we're going to do. Let's get on with the cheesecloth, Joe. Well, here's the next step to the project. See that right there? That's what we're going to use to wipe down the tiles. It's going to take the efflorescence, the grout haze off of there. And what is that? Polishing cheesecloth. This came 5 square yards of it, and it was all rolled up. And I just took a piece of it and cut it off. You see this? It's all folded up. There's a lot here, and I don't know how much I needed. And it's very fine material that you can see through. And you just take that and wipe it on the walls. And that's what I'm going to do. But before I did that, I went around and I double checked to see if there was any little bits of grout that had stuck on there. And I scraped that off with my nice putty knife that I got. And then I looked at this. You know, really, I squinted up there and looked line by line, and there was just a couple little spots that had a little bit of grout missing here and there. And I looked around the edges of the window trim, and right here up on the wall, where it tied into the wall, I put just a little bit along the edge. So I'm glad I had a little bit of grout left. And that's what I call touch-up. You know, I also put some craft paper down here again. Oh yeah, because I'm getting ready. After cheesecloth, I'm going to seal this again. You already know how to seal, but I might show you a little bit of that too. Put a little bit of extra grout down at the bottom and swept up, and now I'm ready to wipe down the walls. Now you want to watch what a cheesecloth will do to a wall like this. We're going to get the concrete, the grout film off. You can't really see it right now because it's not dry all the way, but when it is, it's going to look like you need to wipe it down. You can wipe it down 10 times with water and it's going to come back each time. That's why you need to take the cheesecloth to it. Well, that'll be next time, so if you want to watch that, keep looking for my videos. Here I am, my favorite place, the bathroom. And we're going to finish up this tile project. We just finished the grout, and I just touched up the grout. Now I'm ready for the cheesecloth. Cheesecloth, what's that for? Stick around and I'll show you.